Hello, yogis, and welcome to our Wednesday restorative practice, or whatever day of the week it is, wherever you are. If you're looking for something, a yoga practice that can support healthy sleep or sleep, deeper sleep, more restful sleep, you're in the perfect place. That's what this 15-minute restorative practice is going to be, is designed for to support you in getting a better night's sleep. So what you're going to need is a wall or something that you can put your legs up against, because we're going to get inverted. And then I also recommend having a blanket or a pillow or a towel, anything that allows for some extra comfort underneath your low back as you shift yourself up the wall. So legs up the wall is a great practice to do every night before bed. It's really good for our circulation, and it helps us to get into a deeper sense of relaxation. So let's shift ourselves into legs up the wall. Now, if you don't have a wall, you can always use the side of your bed, which I highly recommend. Just anything where you're getting those feet elevated above the hips. And let's open up this practice with cactusing out the arms and allowing the shoulders to sink into the floor, opening up through the chest. Close down your eyes, come back to your breath. In this moment, just allow yourself to notice any sensations that you're feeling through your body. As I mentioned, this is a 15-minute practice that we're going to spend the whole time legs up the wall in some shape or another. And it will really help you to get a better night's sleep. If you're someone who goes to the bathroom many times throughout the night, this is great to help prevent that or decrease that naturally. So because this class is designed for a good night's sleep, let's just take a moment to say a few affirmations. Affirmations can help create new neural pathways, which create new beliefs inside of us. So whatever we want to cultivate in our life, we can use affirmations to cultivate the support of it. So an affirmation is an I am statement in the present. It's always in the present. So let's start with something really simple. I sleep well. I sleep well. Now you can repeat this out loud, and there may be alarm bells going off in your mind if you don't sleep well, that you're lying to yourself. But what you're really doing is creating those new neural pathways. So initially there can be that doubt, that disbelief that comes into the mind. Just see if you can allow yourself to repeat that, let it settle and sink in. I sleep well. Let's take a couple deep breaths here, inhaling through the nose and open mouth exhale. Let's take two more. Deep breath in and open mouth exhale. And again. From side to side. Bring the head through center. Tuck the chin to the chest and let's engage our Ujjayi breath, inhales and exhales through the nose with the tongue gently pressed against the roof of the mouth for some restriction in the back of the throat. And I encourage you here to really focus on full body breaths in and fully releasing out. From here, just take a moment to wiggle the fingers and toes. And know that throughout today's practice, there is no rush to get anywhere. So really slowly and intentionally move your body. We're going to shift into a figure 4 with legs up the wall. So we'll start with the right ankle and bring it above either the left knee. It can even be on the shin, or maybe you can even tuck it closer down toward the hip. Just allow that right leg to come out, keeping the left leg extended for now. I encourage you to continue to cactus out the arms and really allow the chest and shoulders to open and sink into the mat. Whenever your mind wanders down a path that you don't want to go, just draw it back to your awareness, draw it back into this space. Focus on that Ujjayi breath, inhales and exhales through the nose. Be sure to be taking full inhales and exhales. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling in this moment. Do you feel calm? Do you feel tired? Do you feel like you could fall asleep? Maybe you take that left foot and plant it on the floor or on the wall somewhere, and just bring a little bit more intensity into the right hip opening. Come back to your breath. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can decide how much intensity you want by deciding what level, what height you want that foot at. Coming back to your breath, feeling your inhale and exhale, allowing the upper body to really sink into the floor. And we're going to take the left foot, send it straight back up. Take the right foot, take a moment, wrap the hands around the knee. Just give it a little squeeze, kind of feel into that compression through the right hip. And then send the right leg up. And we're going to switch it out, starting by bringing the left ankle anywhere along the right leg and feeling that opening through the left hip. Bring those arms back out to a cactus, feeling that opening through the chest and shoulders. Feeling the support of the floor beneath you, beneath the back, beneath the spine, beneath the shoulders. Come back to your breath awareness. Maybe you come back to that affirmation of I am a good sleeper. I get good rest. I sleep through the night. I awake rested. You can stay exactly as you are right now, or bend into that right foot, right knee, and plant the right foot on the wall. And really start to feel into the left hip. You decide how intense this is for you, and you can always leave the right foot extended. You decide. Let's come back to our deep breaths. Feel the inhale, expand, and the exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. You could even do this in your bed, on your bed. If your bed is against a wall, you could be lying on your bed in this exact same position. Your feet could even be on your headboard. Your legs could be on your headboard. I awake rested. I awake rested. Right, let's send that right leg back up. Bring the left knee in, wrap your hands around that knee. Take a moment, feel into the compression through the left hip. Send that left leg straight back up the wall. And let's just find that center space. That neutral, legs up the wall. Take 3 rounds of breath. Going to do a little bit more with the hips before we finish up. So coming into our yogi squat on the wall, bringing the feet wide, angling the heels in and the toes out. And let's bring the hands to the inside edge of the legs and just let the hands rest on the inside edge of the legs. Check in, make sure that your tailbone is tucked into the floor. And find that angle with your feet. So what's so interesting, I find, with the feet is that the angle of the feet is directly connected to the angle of the hips. And you're looking for that, what feels right in your body. Seek what feels right in this moment for you. All right, let those hands come down. Start to heel toe the feet back toward one another. Take a moment, both knees toward the chest. And then send those legs straight back up the wall. Let's take a moment and just lift the hips up and then let that low back reconnect. And let's cactus out the arms, coming back into that neutral space. Come back to your breath. Sleep is a vital part of our well-being. Getting enough, and even more so, getting enough quality sleep is so important. I've gotten feedback from many students that legs up the wall really benefits their sleep. And many people, maybe yourself included, experience tightness in your hips. And that can affect our sleep, having that tightness. So we want to open up through the hips and the chest. I get restful, deep sleep. I get restful, deep sleep. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And we're going to come into the fetal position as we bend into the knees, planting the feet on the wall, and walk your knees over to one side or the other. Use your bottom arm as a pillow and just let yourself find some comfort here for a moment. Closing down your eyes, and just finding this fetal position. Now, if you're in your bed, you can just kind of turn yourself around and tuck yourself right in. Let's take 3 more rounds of deep breath here. Take that top hand, press the mat away, and maybe come back to a seated position. Taking a moment to just close out our practice. Let's close down the eyes, press the palms at heart center. Take a couple rounds of deep breath, just noticing what you feel in your body. Couple rounds of deep breath, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat. And let's come back to that affirmation. I sleep well. I get deep, restful sleep. I awaken feeling completely rested. Know that you can come back to this practice anytime. And if you are someone that consistently struggles with getting a good night's sleep, I recommend making this an evening ritual. Let yourself do legs up the wall. Maybe not this entire class, but even 5 minutes before you go to bed can make a really big difference. Sleep is so important for our total well-being, can be one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves. I do recommend creating a sleep ritual where You start to turn your phone off, turn off your electronics, half an hour, 45 minutes before you head to bed. Start to wind down, put on some soft music, do things that help you to settle in and prepare for a restful night's sleep. Thank you so much for being here, sharing this space, sharing in this practice. Share your experience, encourage others. If this works for you, let others know. Leave a comment, leave some feedback. I hope to see you again on your mats very soon. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. And until we meet again, may your light be your guide. And good night.